Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's up, nerds? Good to see everybody. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. Some basketball. We got some basketball to talk about. Hey, real quick, okay? If you haven't went over to our new channel and subscribed to the Team Hold So Rare channel, do me a favor. Go do that. Let's boost those numbers, okay? Let's make me feel good inside. I'm actually going to check. We're going to do a live check right now. And our first day of business, we've been open for 24 hours. We are at how many subs? Hit them with it. 140. We crushed on this channel over the 10,800 mark yesterday. So 10,817. Onward and upward, as they say. A lot of basketball to talk about this morning. I watched a lot last night. It was great. It was a multiple screen experience last night. So we'll talk a little bit about all the hoopy hoops. If you missed last night's show too, the 89 Cavs returned, and we had fun. A lot of LOLs, a lot of laughing. We had a good time. And also shout out Jeb too for joining us on Live Before Lock, which was fun. Just a reminder, content purposes, this is the last NBA bit until Friday. I think I'm going to try to do something on Friday because I imagine I'm just going to want that's going to be a lot of family time in a row, so it's an excuse to be by myself. So stay tuned. Potentially something on Friday. Definitely Live Before Lock on Friday. Maybe an NBA bit. Otherwise, we're traveling. We're taking that little fur ball behind us to Massachusetts. And so we're going to be off to the races. All right, who's here this morning? We got Sneeps. We got Keeper. We got Borland. Happy National Red Mitten Day. Thank you, Snoopaloop, regulator out here. Listen, I know my Celtics lost last night, but at least it's in Mark Williams' shine, Ball shot. There we go. Comments here. I'm not telling you my middle name. Maddie said, what do you call a thing where you're so rare? DFS lineup is crushing because it's stacked with the players in the early games, but as more games start, you plummet down the leaderboard. It's called sad. But it's screenshot equity. That is the good part. So like at 8:15 p.m. Eastern time, you take a little screenshot, tweet it out, being like, oh, are we going to be on a podium this week? That's how you handle that. Jared in the chat being feisty. Everybody's mad about the Chet Holmgren stuff I said yesterday. Chet Holmgren is awesome. Probably going to win a Defensive Player of the Year at some point. Maybe beat a bunch of All-Star games. He's going to be in the playoffs. Chet's awesome. I'm just saying Wemby's great too, guys. Milo's up in here. Everybody's guessing my middle name, Reginald Sorarian. That's my OnlyFans account. Regulators here. We got Andrew Laird. Good morning. Patrick's looking for food. Now 142. Let's go get those subs up. Who else we got? Jump Shooty. What your dad's here. Matic. Let's go. All right, everybody's here. Do we have afternoon basketball on Friday? I didn't look at that schedule. What are these leagues doing? We've got like a afternoon football game on Friday. Black Friday football. Do we have afternoon basketball too? Like, pick one. Let me watch both. Let's see what we got on Friday. I know we're going out of order now. Yeah, it's Celtics and Magic at 2:30, and then a 5:00 game between Suns and Grizz. All right, that's fun. If you're just getting here, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. All right, let's go. Let's talk some hoops. I don't know if we're going for the full hour today. We'll see. We'll kind of see what happens. We'll see where we go. No basketball on Thursday, which will suck. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay having one day off on Thursday. That's fine. That means it was a short game week this week, right? You just got to dominate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. I love this middle name conversation, the dialogue that's happening in the chat. Really enjoying it. Let's go. Hornets and the Celtics. Celtics really. So here we go. Let me give Hornets love first. Because they won the game. We went to overtime. Charlotte won it 121-118. And LaMelo's heater continues, man. LaMelo. So I'm going to pull up his basketball reference here. But he had a great game. He had, where did I not write? 36, 9, and 8. 36, 9, and 8 from LaMelo. Was making all the right plays down the stretch. I'm just going to pull up his most recent games. I think I did this yesterday too, but I wanted to just touch on the slow start, right? At the beginning of the year, he started the year with 15 points, 20 points, 8 points, 19, 11. All right. So that was his first 5 games of the year. Since then, I think that's 8 since then, maybe 9. He's dropped 30, 34, 25, 32, 28, 37, 34, 36. And last night it coming against Drew Holiday. So no slouch, right? No slouch. So really good work from LaMelo. LaMelo is number 4 in usage, a little too high. That's fair. I mean, you look around, I don't know what else they're going to do. And Scary Terry being injured. Yeah, so with Scary Terry being out, definitely. It's not like they're letting Theo Maladon cook. That definitely helps, but also he was on a little bit of a minutes restriction too, right? So early on, let me look at his minutes. He was playing 30, 33, 21, 33, 30. And then right when we said it, that 6th game, jumped up to 39, 36, 37, 32, 39, 34, 35, and 41. So that minutes restriction has been lifted. And he's cooking, man. LaMelo's been playing really good basketball. Gordon Hayward had a solid game. Revenge game for Gordon. He had 20 and 5, and then Mark Williams, baby. Mark Williams just beasting down low. And I know Regulator pointed it out earlier in the show. He just was bodying Porzingis. There was a couple of times where he just beat him to boards and was just very active down low. Finished the game 18 points, 16 boards, and I think it was 3 blocks and a steal. Couple times too. So Mark Williams, he is who we thought he was. So that's a fun, if the Celtics are going to go down, I hope they go down like that. A couple of things. So on the Celtics side of things, now that we've given Charlotte their props for getting their 4th win of the year, but that was Boston's 3rd game in 4 nights. They were on the road. They played like crap They played like crap against Memphis, and I feel like they didn't deserve to win that Grizzlies game. So this was the law of averages, right? They were just averaging out a little bit because they played really bad. They were without Derek White and Al Horford, and that's obviously a big part of their core, right? You get a lot of Peyton Pritchard minutes. But also down the stretch, Tatum gets fouled. I think just a handful of seconds left in overtime. Gets fouled, down 3. And on a 3-point shot, and then knocks down the first 2, bricks the 3rd one, and that was it. And in regulation too, I mean, they were just short arming free throw after free throw, and we saw a little bit of that in the Memphis game too, just letting teams hang around. So that that's something that you have to monitor. But again, I feel like this was more of a scheduled loss than anything else. Pritchard had 21 off the bench. Porzingis, we talked about 17 and 8. Tatum did. I mean, if he doesn't miss that free throw, I feel like he's probably getting a little bit more shine today, but he had 45 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. Tatum was out there balling against Charlotte. But good win for Charlotte. Good win for our Mark Williams bags. Our Mark Williams bags continues to win. Oh yes, that's right. And Miles Bridges did take a break from hitting women to hit a shot. So congrats to Miles Bridges on that one. Yeah, regular 3rd game in 4 nights as well for the Hornets. I thought I noted that. My bad. I think they were home for 2 of those, right? Their last couple of games. Yeah, so they actually all 3 of them. So they were at home for Milwaukee on Friday, the Knicks on Saturday, and then at home for Boston. So a little bit different. Wow, the Hornets have played most of their games at home. Wait, they've played 5 on the road and the rest at home. Wow. There you go. Patrick said, I couldn't imagine telling my boss, my performance at work was bad because it's my 3rd day of work in 4 days. Yeah. Patrick, I imagine the physical exertion you're doing at your job is a little bit different. I don't know. I throw that out there. All right, let's keep moving. But good win for Charlotte. No slouch there. That was definitely a more competitive team. And Mark Williams balling. Nikola Jokic got tossed after 15 minutes of play last night in the Denver-Detroit. And if those who haven't seen it, I think Chris Vernon shared it. There's a video clip going around of the Detroit broadcast team just being like, almost shaming and the referees using their full names, which I love. Just being like, yeah, I'm sure the Detroit fans came to see the referees, right? Like how many times has Denver come to Detroit a year? Is it once? Was this the one time? People probably spent good money to see Nikola Jokic, the reigning champ, the reigning Finals MVP, two-time NBA MVP, go out there and play basketball, and then they just botched it. They botched it, and it was just like, listen, I know Jokic talks a lot, but you go back and look at what some of the stuff that was happening. I mean, the officiating was just atrocious in that. Because I watched some of it back this morning. Great clip of Jokic. I believe Beef Stew just is like way too active too early on a free throw. Like clearly it was a free throw violation. And then Jokic is telling the referees to wake up, which I enjoyed. But yeah, Jokic gets tossed. But that's how bad our friends over at Detroit basketball are. Because they still lost. They still lost. No Jokic, no Jamal Murray, no problem. Reggie Jackson, he had 21 and 6. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who got a little bit of a shout out last night on Live Before Lock. He came through with 23. Christian Brown had 15 and 6 off the bench for Detroit. Cade had a good game, 27 and 9. Beef Stew with a double-double, but just barely had 11 and 11. Ivy played, which is good. He had 17 and 4. And then Bags. Marvin Bagley had 18 and 8. So, I don't know. Detroit's still finding ways to lose. It would be very Detroit of them to get the number 1 pick the year after Wemby. That would be kind of ironic, don't you think? I don't know if that was the right word, right usage of ironic, but here we go. What else we got? I think that's most of it on that game. I don't know. Anything else? Maddie Harrison's in the chat. Anything I missed about Detroit basketball? Apologies, RIP to all of your So Rare lineups that had Nikola Jokic in it, because I think he ended up with like 24 fantasy points or something like that, and that is just not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. All right, good news. Good news here. There was a real test last night. Ooh, we got Nez in the chat. Let's go. There was a real test to the theory last night. It's like a movable force. No, what's the phrase? A movable force, something object. What's the phrase? I don't know. I'm a singer. I don't know the phrase. Could the Bucks save Jordan Poole? Milwaukee Bucks famously refuse to defend the guards. Jordan Poole famously refuses to play good basketball. Could the Bucks backcourt save Jordan Poole? And you know what? They did. But in a way that still made Jordan Poole look bad. And so the Bucks win this game, 142-129. Jordan Poole scores 30. So he does. He goes for 30, keeps that hope alive. We want that theory to live long. But then he also recorded 1 rebound and 1 assist. And I think only Jordan Poole can do that. only Jordan Poole. He's like, I don't want to get anybody else involved. Here we go. A movable object, unstoppable force. All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Poole's over finally hit. I just thought that was funny. I was like, he finally got 30. Let's look at the rest of his line. 1 board, 1 dime. Incredible stuff. Giannis bodied Daniel Gafford. I don't know if you guys saw the highlight of that, but just kind of ran right by him. Giannis is another one, right, where he was probably frustrating DFS and So Rare owners the first couple weeks of the season as he was playing. He just wasn't really coming with it. And the last 5 games, man, he's been a monster, except for that one game against Charlotte where they won by 31. But against Orlando, he had 35, 10, and 7. Then against Chicago, he had 35, 11, and 2. We skipped the Charlotte game. Dallas, he had 40, 15, and 7. And then last night, 42, 13, and 8. So Giannis is now you're like, okay, phew, we're good. Dame at 22, 7, and 5. Chris Middleton, too. So he's still only playing 23 minutes a game, which is something to note. He was pretty efficient in that time. He had 18 and 7. Middleton's still in that minutes restriction, though. It's just kind of wild. It is kind of nuts where they're like, hey, you can play full speed, full contact basketball for 23 minutes. But if you get to 25 minutes, that's where the danger zone hits. But we'll still monitor that. Brook Lopez, again, adding to the block total, 5 last night. Let's actually see. Is he leading the league now in blocks? We know he was in second, I believe, behind. It was AD, who is just a monster when it comes to blocks. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, did they update? Yeah, Anthony Davis still leading here with blocks. Wait, why is it not showing me? Come on, girl. Why isn't it not showing me that? All right, single season act. All right, whatever. It's not showing me what I want to see. It's not show. Oh, wait, there we go. I pressed the wrong thing. That's on me. Isn't this good content, guys? Anthony Davis still leading with blocks. Let's see. How close is Brolo now? Brolo is in second. He's okay. So AD has 43 blocks. Brook Lopez has 42. Brook Lopez has played one more game, though, so AD's still cooking. But, yeah, I mean, again, I feel like every time we talk about Brook Lopez, he's got a bunch of blocks in the game, five last night. Kuz had 22 and 13. We'll just shout out Kuz because I was way overweight on him yesterday. So thank you, Kuz, for letting me eke out like a $42 profit last night. Yay! Chicago and Miami, that game was boring. The Bulls are boring. I don't like watching them. No one is fun. The only like bright spot right there is Kobe Whitehead 20 and 5. That's fun. But Miami won 118, 100. Bam continues his heater, man. Bam had 23 and 11 and 6. This is like, I feel like we're now after like 2 sloppy games to start the season, Bam has just been cooking here. So let's take a look at what he's been doing recently. How many times? Oh my God, this is actually a fun stat. We're only twice this season has Bam failed to score 20 points. How about that? Against the third game of the year against Minnesota, he scored 19. And then the 5th game of the year against the Wizards, which is wild, only scored 18. But in his last few, right, he had 23 and 11. 23, 11, and 6 last night, 24, 10, and 5, 27 and 4, 21, 11, and 4, 24, 11, and 6, 26 and 17, 30 and 11, 22 and 19. Bam has been balling. I hope, Stan, Veronica, I hope everybody's feeling good about your Miami hashtag Heat culture. You split the weekend. So I guess not a weekend with Monday, but right, dropped a game to Chicago, beat Chicago. Jimmy Butler revenge narrative down the shitter, right? I think he like 4 for 11 from the field or something, only scored 16 points. And I'm only upset about that because he was in some of my overs. Jaime Jaquez gave you a 19 and 4 off the bench. He continues to play well. And then Duncan Robinson, 22. This is now like no longer just like a fad. Duncan's here to stay, baby. He's now averaging on the season. He's playing 30 minutes a game, which is 13 more minutes than what he played last year. And he's averaging 15 points a game, shooting 48% from the field, 43% from 3. Miami's fun. I can't believe I'm saying this. Pro Miami in this house now. Anyways, Minnesota continues to be undefeated at home. Beat the Knicks by 17, 117, 100. Look at that. 2 teams back-to-back, Bulls and Knicks, only scoring 100. Minnesota atop the Western Conference. Julius regular season Randle. Let's get that drop going. Where are you at, Randle? Can never find the Randle drop.
Regular season Randall.
I'm not going to look it up. Somebody tell me how much that Randle Top Shot debut is for. Is it like $7, $6, something like that? Randle at 21 and 14. He's continuing to cook. After that we talked about it last week, I think, right, where everybody was mad at him. He was playing like ass, and he was like, hey, guys, I had surgery in the offseason. And then he's been great since then. Brunson had 25, 6, and 4. Towns had 20 and 5, and then Ant-Man 23, 10, and 5. Minnesota, dude, they just keep winning. Ant-Man keeps doing stuff. Towns now, ever since we made fun of him, I think like only scores 20 points a game. It's great. Minnesota, good vibes in Minnesota. Who would have guessed it? Who would have thunk it? Minnesota, the vibes of the century. Rudy only played like 17 minutes last night. That was a little bizarre. And Jaden McDaniels got hurt. He rolled his ankle, didn't come back. Hopefully it's not too serious. But I think that was in the first half, and he didn't come back for the rest of the game. So something to monitor. Man, we spent Monday, I think, being like, dude, the Kings, man. Kings are so fast. Kings are really good. The Pelicans beat the piss out of them. Now, Kings are on a back-to-back. So, we'll give them a little bit of a breather on that. But the Pels won 129-93, which really hurt our Zion ceiling because Zion was in line for like a big heater, and his last rotation was cut short a little. I think he played like a minute in the fourth quarter, and but just we didn't fully get there. There we go. The Randall TSD is currently $7 to the moon. Fox had 14 on 2 of 12 shooting from 3. Holy crap. Sabonis had 10, 10, and 8. Harrison Barnes, dude, we love Harry Barnes. Top Shot Kingdom, go Kings, like the beam. Harrison Barnes had 16. He led the way. And then Brandon Ingram on the Pels side, 31, 4, and 3. Zion had 26 and 5 with 3 rebounds, 4 stocks. And then Jose Alvarado. Oh, yeah. Also, one other note. Zion 12 for 16 from the field. It was like real efficient last night. The other note, Jose Alvarado came back. And we talked about him on Live Before Lock a little bit. And everybody's like, dude, is Jose Alvarado the cheat code? And I was saying, man, he hasn't played in so damn long. I didn't think that he was going to go out there and play like 35 minutes. So he played 15 minutes, had 5 points and 3 dimes in that time. I honestly like that this is like for the So Rare side of things. I like that his minutes are going to be like this because I feel like his cap's going to go down in like a week or so. He's going to be a really good play. And then we only got 2 games left here. The Clippers, look at how many blowouts we had. We had 1, 2. I mean, what's a blow? 3, like 4 blowouts, I guess. I don't know. Clippers won 124-99. Dude, since the acquisition of Daniel Tice, the Los Angeles Clippers are undefeated, 2-0. Tice Mania had 19 and 7 too. 19 and 7. Paul George had 28, 6 and 5. Kawhi, the Claw, 21-4. Harden with a mini double-double, 13 and 10. Keldon Johnson, he hit his overs. He had 22, 10 and 5. Chetty had 17 and 5. Pretty bad game from Wemby, like 9 points and 4 boards or something like that. It was pretty uneventful. Zubac set him down. And this game was over pretty like in the third quarter. The Clippers just blew him out of the water. And yeah, these blowouts suck, man. You know why we're seeing blowouts is because it's not the in-season tournament. There's so much hype for the in-season tournament. Tuesday and Fridays, close games. Every other day, blowouts. Clippers missing Plum Dog is funny. I know. Well, they got Tice now. They don't need Plum Dog. Plum Dog's yesterday's news. Last game of the night, I fell asleep during this one. Missed the second half. Was panicking. I know I talked about this on Live Before Lock. Şengün was a late questionable tag, and I think I was like 35% on him, an underdog, which is just terrifying. And Şengün played. And dude, he's awesome, man. I feel like, do we like low-key have to talk about Şengün as most improved? I know he's probably not flashy enough for like, they're just going to give it a Halliburton or something. And rightfully so. Also, remember everybody that bet on Jordan Poole to win most improved? Most unimproved. How about that? Most got worse. Şengün this year is average. So rookie year averaged 9 and 5. Second year averaged 14 and 9. This year he's averaging 20 and almost 9 with 5 assists. Also almost a steal a game. Şengün's been playing really, really well. I know this is going to come in a loss. I haven't finished the game yet, but Şengün has been just playing really good basketball. I mean, I think he's one of their most consistent players. Jabari had 17 and 9. Freddie VanVleet had a weird game, only 10 points, but 14 dimes. Clay. Hey, let's give Clay some love. Clay hit 20, baby. Clay Thompson, he's back, baby. He's back. Clay had 20. Went 5 for 11 from 3. You get that? Saric had 18 and 5 off the bench. And then Steph, last but not least, 32 and 5. 32 and 5. Warriors get a much-needed dub. Rockets now in a little bit of a tailspin. The West Coast not being the best coast to Houston, right? They've dropped games to both LA teams. They gave the Clippers a W, then lost to the Lakers when LeBron went ham. And now the Golden State Warriors. So lose 3, win 6, lose 3. That's the Houston way. Let's take our first break. We'll do let's do a So Rare break so I can drink some water and set up what's next. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by So Rare. Daily fantasy sports is annoying. Constantly paying attention to injury news, who's starting, who's sitting, and just having to remember to enter your lineups each and every day. With So Rare, you just have to enter your lineup once for each game week. And instead of having to pay an entry fee each time you enter a contest with So Rare, once you buy your cards, the tournaments are free. Each game week, you'll have a chance to win more card rewards to bolster up your roster. And this year, So Rare is introducing cash prizes. So sign up for So Rare today using the link in the description, and they'll start you with 20 free common cards. And by using our link, once you buy 5 cards from auction, they'll give you a 6th one free. So sign up for So Rare today and see if you can take down Mike So Rarian. All right, welcome back. I really got to re-record that because I do sound out of breath. Like I sound out of breath the entire time. Come on, it was like Ace Ventura. Poole was never good. It's why Draymond punched him. Jared, I can't believe you have that take. You seem like you are like the nicest, like a pacifist almost. You know, like I can't imagine you're pro Draymond punching Poole. That honestly, that's the wildest take. Only because it's coming from you, Jared. Anybody else that take makes sense? Thoughts on Clay for LaVine trade rumors? I talked about this a little bit last night with Zach LaVine. I just I guess it makes sense. I just don't think I'm a LaVine believer. I think LaVine has to be your third or fourth best guy to have like a real championship team. I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, he's in a bad situation. He doesn't like it there. I don't know. I'm just not in love with it. I think I'd rather have DeRozan than LaVine. LaVine makes $40 million a year. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're not going to re-sign Clay because Clay's going to be too expensive. I don't know. I feel bad for Clay. All right, let's take a look at the standings here. See where we're at. 14 or 15 or 13 games into the season, depending on what team you are. Celtics are 11-3. Dropped their. They had a 6-game winning streak going into that one. Hornets gave them trouble. They got a half-game lead over the Sixers, who they're back in action tonight. We get the Bucks with their dub or 10-4. Heat culture, baby. 8-2 in their. Look at the top of the East. 7-3 in their last 10. Sixers 8-2 in their last 10. Bucks 8-2 in their last 10. And the Heat right there, 9-5. They are 8-2 in their last 10. Moved into the 4-hole. Orlando Magic, they are 8-5 in the 5 seed. Pacers 7-5. Knicks, bing bong, 8-6. Cavs 7-6. And then you get the Hawks and the Nets rounding out the top 10. Raptors tied with the Nets for that last spot. They're in the 11 seed. And then the Bulls 5-10, Hornets 4-9, Wizards 2-11, and then the Pistons 2-13 on the West side. The Timberwolves 10-3 in the first position, in pole position for you F1 freaks. Nuggets are 10-4, Thunder 10-4, Mavs 9-5, Kings after losing that one they dropped to 8-5. Lakers now in the 6th spot, 8-6. You get Suns over 500, 7-6. Pellies 7-7. Like we said with the Rockets, right? They lost 3, won 6, lost 3. I think that's what they did. They are now 6-6. Golden State Warriors moved to 1 game behind below 500, 7-8. They're in the 10 seed. And then you get the Clippers still there at 5-7. Utah Jazz 4-9. And then the last 3 teams in the West, all with 3 dubs. 3-10 Grizz, 3-10 Blazers, 3-11 Spurs. Okay, Jared, good clarification. Not pro punch, pro Poole has always been bad. Yeah, maybe. Pistons may trade Ivy rumors. Pout there. Monty does not like him, similar to Ayton. Yeah, I talked about this a little bit last night and yesterday too. I don't think I think that's like a total panic move. If that Pistons GM might be nervous he's getting fired, that's the only reason you could do that. Because that's a terrible trade. Like, what are you trying to do with Zach LaVine? I think Trey Kirby said it yesterday in No Dunks, like trading for Zach LaVine to become the Bulls. Like, it's not like LaVine's going to give you upside. I don't know. That'd be such a weird move. I wonder what they do with Ivy, though. All right, let's look at tonight's schedule. So the in-season tournament, the IST, the IST, is back tonight with a handful of games. Only, what do we got? Five. So Toronto, Rap City, bitch, against the Orlando Magic. We have the Pacers in Atlanta, Cleveland and Philly. I don't really want to watch any of these games. No Donovan Mitchell tonight for Cleveland, which kind of douses their in-season tournament hopes. Portland and Phoenix. And then Lakers and Utah. So, yeah, seriously, I don't want to watch any of these games, but that's not going to stop me from drafting some underdog lineups. I'm going to tell you that right now. So that's tonight's action. I'm going to pop over to So Rare here for a second and then maybe build out a couple pick'ems. We'll pick up a couple of pick'ems. Trade Boyan and Stew to the Mavs. I do like beef stew. All right, let me go over to So Rare, show you what we're doing so far. I kind of panicked a little bit last night. I wasn't able to, with Devin Vassell getting ruled out. I thought Vassell was going to play. He was projecting really well. I had to make a couple of moves, and I told myself I'm not going to buy any cards around lock. Like, I'm just not going to do that this year. It's been a problem. It's not good. So if I'm going to buy something, it has to happen like before noon on lock day. So I just kind of rolled out what I had for Rare Contender, and I think that's going to come back to bite me here. But we'll start with Rare Champion. Do I have to zoom in a little bit? Steph really let me down here. We do have one more game, so hopefully Steph can come through. He dropped 41. I did get 53 out from Bam and 57 from Mark Williams, still with Biyombo and Eric Gordon to go. So if I can get a nuclear game from Steph, I feel like that has some sort of shot, but it's not looking great. My advanced lineup, so that's tonight. This is what I ended up settling on for the in-season tournament contest. So I got AD and Maxey going, and then my 3-year 2 guys, Tobias, DeAndre Ayton, DeAnthony Melton. Not really sure how I feel about it. Again, when you look at the schedule for tonight, there's no Donovan Mitchell, right? So that's one of the high scores that you're not going to be able to have. There's no Donovan Mitchell. I guess right, you have Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Halliburton, Trae Young, Embiid, the obvious one, Maxey, AD, LeBron, and then KD and Booker. Those are the main dudes who can go nuclear. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Rare contender. This is where I messed up. So Zion dropped 54. I got 33 from PJ, which is fine. They still got another game. Same thing with Lowry. Kyle Lowry, he had 27. Shaden Sharp still has 1 game against the Hawks, which is Wednesday. But I had nothing left. I just had to roll out Colin Gillespie out there. And I'll show you in a second the mistake I ended up making, because I guess if I was going to punt, I could have punted with somebody else. Maybe the Kings get blown out and Kessler Edwards gets run. So anyways, I need the Nuggets to either beat the hell out of somebody on Wednesday or get the hell beaten out of them so we get some Colin Gillespie. My rare underdog, I got 13 out of Kessler Edwards. Could have used that in the rare contender. Whatever. And then limited contender, I'll show you because I don't really care about the champion. We had, Zion dropped 50. What is going on? Oh, there's somebody's cutting down a tree. I was like, what is that noise? Reggie 42, whatever. Who cares? Who cares about the limited contender? But that's the squad this week. Regulators throwing some trades out there. Said Detroit Pistons received Taylor Hendricks, Omer Yurtseven, 2025 first rounder. Utah receive Ivy. Saw this as one idea. I feel like we haven't seen much from Taylor Hendricks. Is he hanging down in the G League right now? Yeah, I guess whatever. I mean, if you're Utah, that's fun. You get Jaden Ivey, but I don't know. I don't know why Utah would do that unless they're out on Taylor Hendricks, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that's our so rare content for the day. Let's go poke over at Underdog. We'll see what's going on over here. I want to start winning some pick'ems. I want to mix it up a little bit. I think we're going to start a contest today. We're going to try to turn 100 into 1,000. That's what we're going to try to do. $100 into 1,000. We will, but we're going to do it with $10 pick'ems at a time. $10. It's a season-long contest for ourselves that we're making up. 10 into 1,000. We're only, especially early on in our first 100, we are going to only 2 and 3 leg parlays for now. We're not going ham yet. All right, we're not going ham. I think we start with a 3-man here. Also, this was last night's energy. Let's go start with a 3-man here, and let's see. I don't know. Is anything sticking out? Where's the common man? Yeah, common man's in there. Yeah, I think Utah is still in acquiring pick modes. Yeah, that's what they would have to really like Jaden Ivey to give up picks and Hendricks already. Also, I keep waiting for Omer to do some stuff. I'm ready for Yurtseven. Let's get some Yurtseven minutes, All right, so we've got the Toronto-Orlando game, which I don't really have a feel for. I feel like that could be kind of gross, so I don't really like that. I wonder what Garland's numbers are looking like. Let's start with the Cleveland game. I kind of so Mobley, points and rebounds is at 22.5. I feel like he's been a 15 and 10 guy every single game for the last few weeks. Actually, let me look at that. And I know Embiid's not the best matchup, right? Hold on. Well, I'm going to leave this here and go over to Basketball Reference quickly. Oh no, you can see that. I didn't think you could see it. All right, let's look at who did I just say? Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley in his last few games here. Last 5, ready? 19 and 5 against Golden State, 16 and 12, 21 and 12, 18 and 10, 16 and 10. Do we like that? In the words of Kirk Cousins, you like that? I think I want to mess around with that one. I think I'm going to take the over on points and rebounds. That's where I'm going to start. 25.5. I mean, it's close. Yeah, it's close. What's he been doing for assists lately? 5, 5, 3, 2. Maybe we just go assists too. Add those. Do we add the assists as well? I feel like he's going to be used a little bit more. Although he only had 2 in the last one, and that was without. Oh no, I'm sorry. He had 5 and 5. Actually, you know what? Let's add some assists to this bad boy. 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Mobe season. All right, the common man says he wants Suggs over on points. Let's do the Suggs. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's get some Suggs energy here. 11.5. Yeah, Suggs has been on. I think he's been on one for Jalen Suggs. He's been on one. Let's see his recent performance here. I know we're being box score bros right now, but 21, 20, 10, 10, 18. And the matchup against Orlando, but he's probably going to have Dennis Schroeder on him and no Fultz. I like that. Ooh, Tyler in the chat. What's up? What's up, Tyler? Happy Turkey Week, sir. Look at that avatar. Fucking NASA man right there. We love to see it. What's up, Tyler? All right, let's go back over to our picks. Let's get one more in here. Let's do a 3-man. Maybe a late night sweat. We get something from the late game. Unless something from Philly stands out. Maxey, what's his points and assists? Do we have that? 30.5 points and assists. I know he's been like a 20 and 10 guy. That makes me nervous, though. Although, no, let's stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Let's go. What are Braun's numbers? LA can clinch that their group with a victory. Think he goes all out tonight? Okay, yeah, let's look at LeBron. Double. Nah. 25.5 points. 33.5 points and assists, 33.5 points rebounds, 41.5 points rebounds and assists. Yeah, I mean, he's been a monster scoring lately, right? I feel like built different. Year 21 loading. What's his last 5 looking like points-wise? 37, 35, 28, 16, 32, and the 16 was in a blowout against Memphis. I kind of like, do we just go points? Let's just do points. Look at us fish. Overs. All right, here we go. This is going to be our first one in our quest from 100 to 1K. Evan Mobley over 28.5 PRA. Jalen Suggs over P's. LeBron James over P's. We'll check back in. I guess we won't check back in tomorrow because I won't be here, but we're going to keep making picks every day. Let's drop just a 10 spot. 10 to win 60. If you guys want to tail along, I will share the picks into the chat. Also, if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use promo code HOLD, HOLD, for a free honey. How about that ad read?
Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at UnderdogFantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at UnderdogFantasy.com.
It's a free honey. I was going to do it right into the microphone, but I'm trying to get better at not putting my mouth on the microphone. It's like a comedic bit that I like to do, but it's bad audio. All right, here, real quick. I'm going to share this link one more time. We're up to 144 subs. 144 subs over on the Team Hold So Rare channel, the new one we just started for hashtag So Rare content. That's where, starting next week, Live Before Lock will be over there. Shot Tank will be over there. The So Rare Sharps will be over there, and then value hunting. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, 6 videos a week over on the So Rare channel. So do me a favor, go over there and subscribe. I want to get that shit up. I want to run those numbers up so we don't get hammered by our short form algorithm. I don't know. You guys have anything else? I think we're going to wrap up here in a second. It's going to be an abridged version this morning because I got errands to run. All right. We're about to head to Massachusetts for the weekend. I need to finish some laundry. The light bulb in the fridge went out. I got to go get a new one of those. What other errands are I got to take this guy out, even though he looks useless right now? I got to start drafting my underdog lineups. That's becoming a problem. That is becoming a problem. Like my day revolves around it, but I love it. I love it. And then tonight, yeah, no content. No, I won't see you guys until Friday, unless I get real bored. Unless I get real bored, I could see that, but I don't think so. Get to see my brother and sister tomorrow. I haven't seen both of them in the same place in like, God, it feels like over a year maybe. But yeah, hope everybody has a good Turkey Day. If you celebrate, enjoy the Turks. That sounds weird coming from an Armenian, am I right? There's some do some Googling. Do some Googling. But yeah, hope you guys have a great holiday. Enjoy the football. Honestly, I know Underdog is like our bread and butter here, but look at how many sick contests they got. I mean, this is the basketball stuff for tonight, right? The $5, the $3 buzzer beater. But if we scroll over, look at all this football stuff. They got a $5 four-person draft, $20K to first for their main slate. They got a tiny turkey, which is almost full already. Cranberry sauce with just the early slate. Like they've got so many different contests. I'm going to lose just my entire life savings. But go have some fun with that. Go have some fun with that. Man on the street in Massachusetts. Maybe. All right, everybody. Have a great holiday. We'll see you on Friday. Unless I get bored, we're out of here.